Okay then.
Good evening, Shamik.
Good evening.
Hello. Hello.
Hey, good evening, Shomik.
Hey, good evening.
Okay. Thank you and welcome to all of you for this mock recording that we are organizing for this, the start of the six-match tour of Australia to England, three T20s and three one-dayers. So the first T20 will start at 10:30 today at Southampton. England will take on Australia, and we are very happy to bring you the pre-show. We have the intro. Moksud, can you just play the intro?
Yeah, yes, sure. Just hold on. I'll arrange it.
Yeah. Dibbo sir has made this intro and Shimanto has improved upon it. Okay.
Is it visible?
Yeah, it's visible.
Not.
Please go ahead.
Thank you, Moksud. Wonderful intro made by Dibbo sir, and young Shimanto has added a few elements to the intro. Thank you very much. Welcome once again, Shomik.
Brother,
Good
I think
evening.
Shamik cannot listen to us.
Shomik, can you hear us?
না আমি শুনতে পারলাম না কিছু হ্যালো
তোমার কথা তো আমরা শুনলাম আবার।
শুনলাই নি আমি আমাদের
হেডফোনে প্রবলেম বোধ হয়, হেডফোন খুললে শুনতে পারে।
Shomik is a fantastic cricketer, has represented the state of Assam, and he's also a wonderful presenter. So it's great to have Shomik. He could not join us unfortunately during the last time. Shomik, audible now?
yeah very much audible now. Something wrong with my Bluetooth device.
Hello, Shomik.
Yeah,
শুনলাম
Shamik is audible. Shamik is audible. He can hear us now. Brother, please continue.
Yeah, and so Shomik, big series coming up between England and Australia. What are your thoughts? Two evenly matched teams, and before the IPL, this series has really found a different context altogether.
Yeah, this is going to be a very exciting series, but I think the upper hand is with England, as they have already played two T20 series, one against the Ireland and one against the Pakistan. So I think that England will have an upper hand in this series, and Australia coming after a gap of around 5 to 6 months. Let's see how they cope up with all the changes. Hello.
And England, of course, having their key players back, Butler and of course Jofra Archer. How big a difference will that create because the team against Pakistan in the T20s was not really up to the mark, one felt.
But still, with Jofra and Butler back in the team, I think there is still some weak points in their bowling lineup. Like they in the squad, they have Mark Wood, then Tom Curran, then Sam Curran. They are not that what I would say, the professional T20 players like Jeff Jofra is, because he has experience of playing in the Big Bash and CPL and also in the IPL. Tom Wood doesn't do that. Sam Curran has a little bit of experience of playing in the IPLs. So I think that England need to get back their experienced T20 bowlers like they had in the previous series Tyler Mills. Mills is there, who is one bowler who is very experienced in the T20 format, but they have not picked him. So let's see with the team that they have, how much difference they can make.
And what about Team Australia under Finch? Finch and Warner. Of course, Warner, when he came to England for the last time, that was a very forgettable series for him. But even Steven Smith is back. So solid top three for Australia. What do you think?
On paper, they are a very good team. But the only disadvantage they are having right now is that they have not played any competitive cricket. From the past few months, they have not played any cricket. And if you don't play competitive cricket, the getting used to the new balls and all gets a little bit tough in the match. But still, let's see. Australia being Australia, they will always try to bounce back and dominate. With Finch and Warner scoring runs in the practice match also. Let's see what we have.
And what about Adam Zampa? He's been doing well. Do you think there's a possibility that both Zampa and Agar will play?
I think they are going to play. Both of them are going to play. Both Agar and Zampa, because with Agar you can get an additional all-rounder in the low-down order. He can bat as well. Agar, and he is very much experienced by playing in the Big Bash leagues and other county leagues. So I guess that Australia are going to go with 3-2 combination, 3 fast bowlers and 2 spinners, with either Mitchell Marsh or Marcus Stoinis being the fourth seamer.
And what about Alex Carey, the wicketkeeper? He's done well, and also Glenn Maxwell coming back. So you think it will be a strong middle order for Australia?
Australia, on paper, as I said, is a very strong team. Then Maxwell, then Carey, and Stoinis also in the practice matches. I saw him batting in the top of the order. So maybe he might just play in the number 3 spot, because Khwaja is missing out on this team. Because previously Khwaja was batting at number 3. As he is missing out, I guess either it's a choice between Marsh. If Marsh plays, he'll be playing down the order after Maxwell. And if Stoinis plays, I think he's going to bat at number 3.
And who are the players to watch out for? You've already mentioned Archer from England. Who are the other players you think are going to really light up this 6-match tournament?
Tom Benton is one player, the England opener. He's very much into the groove. We saw in the series against Pakistan, he was doing well. Benton is one player. Then Sam Curran, I would really like to see him play more matches. He's a very useful cricketer, both with the ball and the bat. So these 2 players, I would think, will create a difference. And also Bairstow and Butler. Let's see what combination they play England. England are having so many top order players in the squad. So I don't just know when and who is going to bat at what position. Morgan also is doing good. Previously he used to bat at number 5. Now he's going at number 4. So let's see.
Thank you, Shomik, for your initial thoughts. Dibbo sir, good evening.
Good evening, Dibyojyoti.
Very excited about this terrific competition that's going to happen. 6 matches. You think it's going to be an exciting series, sir?
Yeah, definitely it will be, because we have been waiting for cricket for such a long time. And just at the beginning of the cricket season, we just have the biggest clash possible in this earth. So far as cricket is concerned. And in English conditions, it would have definitely been very big fight between the bat and the ball. And we all are excited, waiting to see it. And with IPL coming up, because a lot of players of both the teams are actually playing in different franchises of IPL. So we are just waiting for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And big welcome to our resource person, Dr. Shomit Chaudhary, sir. Shomit, sir, good evening and welcome to the telecast.
Yeah, good evening, Dr. Das, and good evening to Dibbo sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for joining. Thank you so much, Shomit sir. I'd like to request Dibbo sir to kindly go ahead and show us your presentation, sir.
Yeah, so as in case of all the matches here, we come with a statistical presentation on the T20 match that is going to be played between England and Australia. And so from the first slide, let us start. So Australia's tour of England, it kicks off today at 10:30 India time, and we have three T20s followed by three ODIs back to back. And what can be more entertaining than this? And today we have the first T20, and that will be played in the Rose Bowl, Southampton. And let us start with watching the players who should be taken care of during this series. So first, let us look at the English players who will be there. Will be enjoying this performance of Adil Rashid, currently ranked as ninth in the ICC rating for T20 cricket, and he is back, the Archer, and we have been waiting for him for quite a long time. Showing after seeing his excellence in the World Cup in 2019, and then a big break for him, and he is back after such a big break. After World Cup, he was not been seen because of injury and some other issues. He was not there, so he is not ranked because he has played only one T20 international match, so he is not ranked. But we are definitely at the end of the series, we will see something more from him, and he is the surprise picking. And here comes Johnny, yes, Papa. He's ready with this. We have seen him going for a blast in the second T20 against Pakistan. In the third one, he fall very cheaply. But then when Bristow goes on, he goes on, and most interestingly, he has a very high strike rate. So which is much expected in a T20 game. Uh, then comes Ian Morgan, the captain, who is just a very silent killer. You will not find him scoring too many shots outside the boundary, but he keeps on scoring. He keeps the scoreboard ticking, and then at some stage you will find that he comes up with a big score. Some big shots comes at the end, and Ian Morgan is a perfect batsman who actually holds the innings in a T20 cricket. And David Malan almost cementing his position in the third position, third batsman of the batting lineup, and he is definitely a person to watch out. And Moeen Ali ranked 95 in the ICC T20 ranking does not mean to be a good player, but with the form that he has shown during the Pakistan series, he is someone I would like to watch. And obviously, the bowling spearhead will be Chris Jordan, who is currently ranked 11 in the ICC. So this is some of the players of the English lineup who will be I like to watch. And then here comes the Australians. Yeah, David Warner, the opener who everyone's like to watch. And in his day, there is no one other who can be watched. It's just his day. Steve Smith, lot of expectation from him. Huge batsman. And in the likes of Ricky Ponting, or say Michael Clark, Steve Smith was there, but then something happened in which everyone know in South Africa, and the things started to change. But then he is once again back, and then we have Jampa, a leg spinner to watch for. It's a delight watching him. Interestingly, he has a very low economy rate, and the runs considered. He is one of the most miser bowler of the current times. And Ben Maxwell back after taking a break till from 2019 September. After that, we did not see him play. He was outside the side with for improving his mental health, as he had told officially. He is ranked 6th as a batsman in ICC rating, and amongst the all-rounder, he is ranked 3rd in the ICC rating in T20. Michael Stark, ranked 25, does not seem to be good. But then no other bowler in the fast bowler in the Australian side can directly be compared so far as the reputation of Michael Stark is concerned. And obviously comes last but not the least, actually one of the lions of Australian cricket, Adam Finch, who happens to be the captain as well. He is currently ranked 3 in the ICC rating. So this is what where it stands. And today is the international team.
Sir, before you go on to the head-on, sir.
Yeah, head-on is coming now.
Yeah. Before you go on to the head-on, I'd just like to take a quick word from Shomik. Shomik, what did you make of the players Dibbo sir had listed from both teams?
The players he listed are very much known to everybody. They are like the what I will say, eye candies of the teams that both the teams have. But I just want to say that the ICC rankings and all have been the record based on the past. The few months there is no matches, no nothing now. That's why the players who are in touch more, like that I said previously, like Tom Benton and this Sam Curran, they would make more impact in the match. I feel like that they would be making more impact, and also from the Australian team, I would feel that either it's Stoinis and Hazelwood to an extent who would make a difference. Let's see what happens in today's match.
And what about the star makers from the England team? Dibbo sir has mentioned some really big names, and they are supposed to do really well in the series coming up.
That's what I said previously. Like England has the upper hand in that sense that they have played 3 tournaments up till now. One against West Indies, then against Ireland, and then against Pakistan. So with the players, almost everybody is in nick. They play 2 or 3 good innings or bowl 2 or 3, like David Malal in the series against Pakistan. He played so well. So that's the only advantage I think England has over Australia.
Thank you so much, Shomik, and let us go ahead with the head-to-head. Dibbo sir.
Yeah, I agree with Shamik. Actually, cricket, there is nothing called as certainty. It's a game of uncertainty. And when ICC ranking team number 1 and ICC ranking team number 2 comes on a head-on collision, all the players are class 1 players. Number 1 team and number 2 team, you don't have any mediocre player. All the players are class. And on their day, anyone can shine. Anyway, so coming back to this, now let us look at the England versus Australia head-on. Today we have T20 number 1095 T20, and this is actually England versus Australia today. And if you look at the statistics, it tells that there were 16 T20 matches played between England and Australia, and then out of which England won 6 matches, lost 9 matches. So there was no tied matches, 1 match without result. So England little bit behind Australia so far as their head-on competitions are concerned. Now let us move to the next slide, and there we actually have the ICC ranking of the 2 teams. And as I told you just previously that the ranks are like this, that one of them is at rank 2, another one is rank 1 so far as ICC rating is concerned. Actually, Australia never enjoyed first position in T20 ranking earlier. They were very good at the tests, at the ODIs, but their T20 ranking was never so good. But then last few months, almost more than a year, their performance was so good, and they have won such a large number of matches over the last few years that they are now ranked at number 1 and consolidated their position for quite some time. And if we look at the last 5 T20 internationals played by England and Australia against any international side, so last 5 matches, this is the situation. England lost the last match against Pakistan, won against Pakistan. Previous match was against Ireland. So these were the last 5 match performance of England. And once again, if we look at Australia, a win and a loss, and then win. So 4 out of 5 matches. England 3 out of 5 matches. So situation is almost evenly poised. And let us look at the overall performance of the team across all international sides throughout, starting from 2005 when T20 actually started at the international level. And this is the value for England: 120 matches all, and 59 of them have been won by the England side with a win percentage of 49. And Australia has played lesser number of matches. It's 120. Sorry, more number of matches. It's 125. Only 67 matches, and the win percentage is 53.6. So there are not much difference in the matches won by the 2 teams. The percentages are not very far away. They are close enough. So this is another very interesting thing to watch between the 2 teams. And now let us look at the T20 matches at this stadium, where we will have the T20 match of today, and there were 5 matches ever played, international matches, T20 matches. There were no abandoned matches, which is a quite an interesting statistics for England, because often matches get washed out because of rain. And batting first team won thrice and batting second team won twice. So that is also evenly poised. That means toss might not have a much of an impact on the outcome of the match, because whether you bat first or whether you bat second, the probability of victory remains very close. You can tell that they are almost close. So average first inning score is 174. So 174, and then we expect that a team scoring around very close to 200 has more chance of winning the match, because you should be much ahead of the average. Average is not just good enough. And then now let us look at the players who came back after the break, which Himabroto and Samit, both of them has mentioned about. And this is Josh Butler, who will make that England team stronger than what it was. And obviously we will be watching Jofra Archer, and then Maxwell, after improving his mental health, he is back. And let us look at the English reserve bench. And there are some players whose return is pending. Alex Hales, ICC rating 21. Jason Roy, ICC rating 13. Joe Root, ICC rating 34. And obviously Ben Stokes, who has been injured, the hero of the last 50 overs World Cup. And if today England's rank is ICC rank is second in T20, then it is only all players have contributed, but because of Jason Roy, who always have given a huge start at the very beginning, has pressed the accelerator. So Jason Roy coming back to the team, as and when he comes back, will make England team much stronger. Now let us look at the top batsmen of the two teams, and we go on a head-on comparison between the batsmen. Here comes Butler, ranked 33, Bristow ranked 25, Malan ranked 5, Morgan ranked 7, and Moeen Ali. Moeen Ali, I have more faith in Moeen Ali these days after seeing his innings the last match. And then in English, it's Smith and Warner and Finch and Maxwell. So these 9 batsmen head on hand. So we draw a simple graph, taking batting average along the x-axis and strike rate along the y-axis. So in a T20 match, we prefer to have those batsmen who have a good batting average along with that a good strike rate. That means if this is the north and this is the east, then we want to have a northeast corner. The players who will come to this northeast corner will be the better players than the others. All of them are good. Even all of them are superlative players, but among the superlative players, there should be a comparison, and that will this graph will do. But before that, let us see the blue dots represent English batsmen, and the green dots represent Australian batsmen. Let me have their names, please. So here comes their names. Yeah, some more, please. Okay, so here stands Finch, Maxwell, Warner, and Smith. And Moeen, Butler, Bristow, and Malan. And then let us have the rectangle, the northeast rectangle. So here comes the northeast rectangle, and that defines those players who are in the northeast rectangle is ahead of the others, in the sense that they have a good batting average as well as a high rate. Malan is there from England. Finch is there. Maxwell is just out of the rectangle, but the nearest neighborhood of the rectangle. And Warner. So if we look at this graph, then we see Moeen Ali much far away from the rectangle, Butler, Bristow, and Morgan. So that means out of these superlative players, Butler, Bristow, Morgan, Smith, they seem to be only an average player. And Moeen Ali definitely far away from the average. So this is the situation, and the graph tells me, my statistical sense tells that I need to give a edge to the Australian batsman compared to the English batsman. But this is obviously the career figures. These will be deviant from the figures actually, because we don't know how good the Australian players are, because of late they have not been participating in any competitive level cricket. But as Shamik has told, and we also know that English players, they have been through West Indies, through Ireland, through Pakistan, and are standing here. So that does matter. But this is only a careeristic figure, and this is an average figure. And statistics is a science of averages. Now let us look at the top bowlers. Yeah, English, Rashid, Uh, I often mistake him with Rashid Khan, but he's Adil Rashid. And Jofra Archer, Jordan, and then we have Team Karan, and then Agar and Stark, Jampa and Cummings, and Shamik told that he expects that Agar and Jampa will bowl a tandem, and there will be a spin attack. And one of the reasons yesterday I was reading an article of ESPN Cricket Info, and they were telling that one reason why Australia is at the top of ICC rating is because they have made a combination of spin and fast bowling attack in their bowling lineup. Now let us have a graph. This time it's a bowler's graph, and we have economy rate along the x-axis and bowling strike rate along the y-axis. Now it is reversed. The less economy rate and less strike rate that is expected from a bowler. If less strike rate means the bowler will strike more often in taking wickets, and less economy rate means he is a miser bowler. So that is what is wanted in a T20 cricket. And then this time we have the name, please. Yeah. So here comes the graph. Green represents Australia, blue represents England. And this time we don't look at the northeast rectangle. Rather, we look at the southwest rectangle because you require smaller values for economy rate as well as bowling strike rate. And here comes my southwest rectangle. Zampa, Agar, Cummings, Stark. All the top bowlers of the Australian lineup is in the rectangle. And all the English bowlers are outside the rectangle. Oh, Archer is there, but you cannot read into the figure of Archer much because Archer has played only one international T20 match from which we have taken his economy rate and bowling strike rate, and one is not a good enough number to judge anyone. Just one match. He is a good bowler, as Shamik has told. He has played in the Big Bash League. He has been very successfully playing for different franchise league. Experience of T20 cricket. I know he has a lethal Yorker. He has a slow bouncer. He definitely has a slower, not so much in swing, but definitely has pace. And I also have a eye in him, but I don't want him to stay in this rectangle. This is not his home as of now. Now let us look at this. We actually complete the Australia versus England view statistical looking up. But let us look at a vast prediction for the third T20 match, which was played between England and Pakistan on 1st September. And so let us see what was told in the last match. So this is the logo of our IPL was. Download it now. It is available at Google Play Store. And Pakistan actual score was 190 in this match, betting fast. And what were the predictions of Pakistan scores as per IPL was? In 5th over, IPL was predicted 148. In 10th over, it predicted 161. Not good prediction, it seems. In the 15th over, IPL was really on the high, and it was 182, very close. And in the 18th over, it was even closer, 192. So my 18th over prediction, our 18th over prediction with IPL was, and also the 15th over prediction was quite close to 190. And what happened when England was betting? Let us see the chance of victory. At 5th over, England's chance of victory was only 12%. In 10th over, it further decreased to 7. In the 15th over, it further decreased to 5. And in the 18th over, it went up to 61 because that was the time when my hero, whom I'll be watching this series, Moin Ali was betting, and he took the match very close to that. And at the 18th over, England required just 20 runs in 12 balls. But then the death bowlers of Pakistan once again they showed their class. And so this was the
excellent bowling from Harish Rauf as well, the youngster.
Yeah, he's a new star. He's been born. England lost the match by 5 runs. So that was the prediction. So with these words, I come to the end of the presentation. So remember, I am Dibyojyoti, Professor, Department of Statistics, Assam University, and this is my contact details. Kabhi email karke to dekho. Thank you.
Absolutely outstanding energy level, Dibbo sir. Big round of applause. Oshadharan is the word that comes to mind. Couple of quick questions to you, Shomik, before we wrap up. Contrasting captaincy and leadership styles between Owen Morgan and Aaron Finch?
Yeah, I think the mode of a aggressive captain, he would go for the wickets more, whereas Morgan is kind of calm. He's the Dhoni of England, who is calm and all, but his mind is very influential to the players. But the end result is that anybody who is doing well in the field is going to win. So my prediction would be that it's Australia. It's my mind is telling it's Australia, but my head is telling that it's England because that England has played more.
And what did you
But
make of
Australia
Dibyojyoti
can
Sir's
never take it down.
presentation, Shomik?
It's very helpful. I hope I get some predictions like this in my future matches. It will be very much helpful to me that who is doing well, who is doing not. Like
And
this crazy
talking
matches.
about
So much you can
the
do.
venue, of course, Southampton, the venue, and like Dibyojyoti Sir mentioned, not really a big difference between winning in terms of whether the team bats first or bats seconds. What do you think the captain winning the toss would prefer to do first day of a big series?
First of a big series, me personally, I would always like to chase in a T20 match because at that point I can get that how much runs I need and I can shuffle my batting order according to that. And it's a very short format of the game. Now you don't get so much of time to bounce back. So anybody who wins the toss, I guess, would be bowling first and take more advantage of the wicket initially. Both if Australia, for me, will be going with their fast bowling lineup that they had, Starr, Cummins, and Hazelwood. So they would prefer more to bowl, whereas Morgan might just opt for to bat because their bowling lineup is not that experienced and might not defend.
Okay then. Okay then, and 175 par score. You think what should be a par
No.
score on this surface?
Initially I thought something around 170, 175, but after seeing such statistics, I think that something around 185 to 190 might be a good score. 10 more runs because Sir told na, average score is 190. So anything around this side would be much. But one thing with playing in England these days is that the county season is also going on. So the pitches will be good because all the other teams, the county standard of England is much better than from any other countries, I guess. With competitive cricket played more, the pitches will be more beneficial for playing. So anything around 180 to 185 would be good. Might be good.
And who do you think will be win? The $1 million question. The first T20. Who do you think holds the aces in this first encounter?
I think it's England, but with the English bowling lineup now, my heart is not going with them because they are very inexperienced bowling lineup. So is Jofra Archer also. Not much of an experience of playing the T20, international T20 matches. And then there is Sam Curran, Mark Wood and Tom Curran. But with Australia, you have all the experience and also with the players, the only thing that they are missing is competitive cricket. So I'd go to Australia, but still, my man to watch out for in this match would be Marcus Stoinis. For some reason, I am just thinking that he will make a difference in this match.
Marcus Stoinis, the outstanding all-rounder then. Thank you so much, Shomik. We've also got Dr. Shoikia. Good evening.
So good evening, sir.
How did you find the mock show today? Your sir was
Yeah.
absolutely blazing.
Yeah, he is always absolutely brilliant, right? Whenever he will be giving his presentation, his energy level is very good. Okay.
Okay. Wonderful, wonderful. And we'll keep meeting. Dr. Shoikia, thank you so much for joining.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much.
And young Shimanto, who's done a great job with the intro. How did you find the mock presentation today, Shimanto?
It's nice, awesome.
Awesome. And what about your sir's energy level? की
प्रेजेंटेशन बहुत अच्छा था
हाँ.
सर, बहुत मतलब सर का क्लास में भी ऐसा मतलब बहुत एनर्जेटिक रहता है सर.
And it's interesting, Shomik wants Dibbo sir as a consultant now. Wow, to help him out with his statistics. Absolutely outstanding from Dibbo sir. Thank you so much. Shimanto, we'll keep meeting. Shomit sir alongside. Good evening, Shomit sir.
Good evening, Dr. Das.
Fantastic energy level, sir. This is the kind of energy level you need on the day the government announces no more lockdowns on weekends.
Yes.
Given already.
Yes.
The government announced
Dimbo
so.
sir is
No
always
lockdown
on
is the
fire,
thing.
whether he's in the class
Yes,
or
yes,
outside
yes.
the class, he's always on fire. So let's look forward of having a wonderful program way ahead. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And Maksud, our friend from the Department of MBA, Shomit sir, is very good student and our colleague from Syzygy Mind. How did you find today's session, Maksud?
I knew cricket only from the top. I just knew the outer part, but today I knew the inner part, what goes actually on the inner cricket, and it's really good to know before you learn a match. I used to only watch the match out of interest, but today I know the statistics, the goals, and how how
Okay
the
then.
players are being judged. That was quite, and the sir's interpretation was very much exciting.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Maksud, for being with us. And we will have the recording uploaded on our YouTube channel very soon. Final words then from Dibbo sir. Dibbo sir, incredible energy levels. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And what do you think, sir? What will happen now? Who's going to win the first T20?
First T20, I think England will be the favorites because they have been
England will be the
international
favorite.
cricket. And if Australia wins it, then so we have to accept that Australians are so tough. You just can't beat them. Because if after such a
Absolutely.
long gap, after they come back and win the match, then it would have been a different story altogether. So
And Dibbo sir, how did you find today's session? How much out of
I,
10 would you give it?
yeah, I am a participant of the session, so I don't know how much I shall give. But then Shamik joining this show will make it definitely a different angle to the show because he is a cricketer
Yeah.
and so he will give the angle of what actually cricket how difficult it is because our statistics
Yeah.
is after all statistics and on a particular day because statistics is a science of averages so it is true on an average but on a particular day what are the situation who will play and no one knows but Shamik will be definitely having a upper hand over us because he has seen the game from so near. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Shomik, and thank you so much, Dibbo sir. And you think this is the format that we should stick to, Dibbo sir?
Yeah, I think it's okay, but then some way can we make it a little bit more interesting? You just think. Uh,
Yeah, we will definitely think. We will definitely think. And Shomit sir is there, Dr. Shoikia is there, even Shimanto is there. So all of us will do some churning and some soul searching, and we'll come out with a better version of this once the IPL begins.
yeah.
I'd just like to ask Moksud. Moksud, for how long are we on air? We've been recording for how many minutes now?
It has been half an hour
Half
past
an hour.
10 minutes. It is like 40 minutes, 40,
So,
50 minutes.
Dibbo sir, I think we'll have to limit ourselves to around 15-20 minutes.
Yeah.
20
So we will. Shomik, what do you think should be the optimum time duration?
20 minutes.
20
20
minutes should
minutes
be
should be
good, no?
enough because these days any long videos won't go with the map. So they will be looking
Yeah.
for some short videos so they can get. No, it's okay. Today we have to introduce so many things, so many angles else because this is the first match of Australia. In the other matches, we won't need to do that.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
IPL matches,
So,
automatically a lot of discussions will come down.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
In IPL matches, a lot of discussion will automatically come down because here two international teams are playing, so many things you have to tell.
Yes. In IPL, we won't need to introduce from the very beginning. Yeah.
Yeah.
How much? Sir, you think 20 minutes the format should be good then?
Yeah, 20 minutes will be good enough because as Shamik has also told, people don't like watching long videos.
Yeah.
Long videos. It should be short, it should be to the point. Even I will decrease the number of stats.
No, and we will actually Hey, Shomik?
The stats are good. The amount of stats that is shown is useful because we are doing this show to help somebody learn about the teams and their presentation of the players to watch out for. The stats are good, but we should just arrange it a bit next time so that we can kill the time.
Yeah. We will make sure that Dibbo sir, we will talk about the content a little later. And another thing is that during the show, what we have decided is me and Shomik, we will speak separately, and we will record our call, and then you can present your presentation, and then Shimanto can merge it, right, Shimanto?
Yes, 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 sir.
You can do that, right?
Yes, sir.
So that is nice
Yeah,
because I can record my presentation at any time during the day and I can send it to Shimanto.
Yes, and me and Shomik also, because Shomik is a government employee, so it might not be possible for him every time to come at the same time. So we will find out a time. Nani, Shomik, we'll do that.
Yeah, we can sort that out.
Yeah, we'll sort it out, and we'll talk for 10 minutes, and you prepare a presentation for 10 minutes, sir. I think that will be the best format.
Okay, good. And let us actually ask Hemanto and Shamit also, because they have been watching they have watched the show. So means we are actually participant of the show. And
Dr. Soikia, your thoughts, please.
No, it's okay. Whatever you have proposed, that is fine. But I can help Dibba sir if he needs anything to prepare the slides. If any statistics required, I can help him. No problem.
Hemanto, every day I cannot be on air. So some days you will take up, and some days I will do the presentation. This is one thing. And second thing is that you would think how we can squeeze our presentation, because our presentation have to be, say, on about 10 minutes, as Himabrata was telling. Around 10 minutes. So that the thing can be
15 is also good. 15, you can take 15 minutes, because the stats you will show will ultimately help us also elaborate our theme. So you can take 15, we can do with the 10. 25 minutes is good.
Okay.
Okay, then
when we speak about the players to watch, we can bring in a discussion about that for fantasy league, like Dream Team 11 and all, what players, which players may be selected. That also Samik also can tell that these are the players who may be considered for a dream team. So this will help some people who are actually doing this gambling and putting their money.
Had you picked up a dream team today, Shomik? Of course, Owen Morgan would have played, right? He would have been captain.
No, I would pick Finch, because
you pick Finch?
In T20. Yeah, I will take Finch, because in T20, the more balls you play, the more runs you can score. As you have seen in the T20, I also go to open the bat, because you have to. The best players need to play the more balls. Yes, Morgan is coming at number 4. He might not play that many balls. In comparison to Finch, so I would go for Finch more. Finch as a captain,
that's a very interesting. That's a very interesting concept then, sir. We can finish like that, no? We can form our dream team also. Me and Shomik, we can discuss our dream team, and Dibbo sir and Dr. Shoikia can come up with their dream team. That will be good. And then we'll have a little bit of a league, fantasy league. We'll have a little bit of fantasy league between us and you, sir. The statisticians versus the cricket lovers.
Then next day we'll show our scores at which position we are.
Yeah. That'll be great. That'll be great. Let's have a final word from Shomit sir. Sir, did you find the session productive?
Shomit Chaudhary.
Yes, sir.
So Imam brother is telling, did you find it productive, or do you have any suggestion for improvement?
Yeah, it's very much productive, but I just stick to just one point, and the point is that the program should be powered by some companies. Now, I have entered some of the FMCGs and all. This is not possible. So I think Dr. Himabrata Das, if he can rope some pharmaceutical companies with this particular program, that would be very good enough. That's my only.
Yeah, we'll have to think about that also. Yeah, nice, good point, sir. Good point. And anything else about the program, sir? Sir's presentation was so fantastic.
Yes, it's always fantastic. Sir is a very, very good, not just a statistician, but also a very good researcher, a very good orator, and is a very dynamic person. So hats off to sir.
And when sir was asking the players to come onto the screen, their dots were there and the names were coming down. It was almost like I was watching a magic show at Gandhi Mela, sir. It was absolutely unbelievable. Can we please have the names the way sir was saying?
No. If you compare all those things with the Gandhi Mela, it's much better than Gandhi Mela. It can be compared with some of the best production houses. It's not
absolutely, sir. Absolutely. This is such a wonderful session that we've had. Final word, Dibbo sir.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Shomit.
Welcome, sir. Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Okay, then. So when do we meet next, sir? I think we should do another mock during the third T20. Will that be good?
Okay.
No,
This time this time Hemant will present from our side, in statistics side.
Okay, sir.
Because
Okay.
he also needs the practice.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
sir,
yeah.
thank
All
you.
of us need to big season coming up. Yes, yes.
Yes, for
And
us as well.
yeah. So let us meet on the 8th. I think the third T20 is on the 8th.
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
And let's meet. Can we meet sometime a little earlier, sir? Let's say 6:30.
Yeah, definitely.
We
Okay.
can do that, no?
Okay.
Thank you very much. Good night, Shomik.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, sir.
Good night.
Thank
Good
you.
night. Good night.
Good night,
Good
sir.
night,
Good night.
Good night,
Good night,
Chaudhary.
sir.
Good night, Shamik.
Good night.
Good night, Shimanto. Good night, Bob.
Good night, sir.